Gamers, welcome back to another Jak Monthly Recap. This month was a little less eventful than the last, but that doesn't mean we don't got a fire recap coming up. We still had a nice amount of activity with the Sub 1 theme, it seems. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the events.
Starting this month we have some sick new events going on. Zyvolt submitted Opengoal Jak 2 to USC, which is happening on October 11th at 10:30 PM CET or 4:30 PM ET. Also, the Jak Relays results are in, with Nide Win taking first place, Team Anime in second place, closely followed by Team Dragvrallas. And it's definitely worth mentioning that Kongman clutched out the ending.
Do we have enough points, please?
The emoji will tell.
There we go.
Oh no.
Gotta restart that.
That brings...
Wait.
Wait, what?
Wait. Was it a tie? Was it a tie? Was it a tie?
No shot!
Nah, he'd
No.
win. Nah, he'd win.
Let's go,
I'd win.
Definitely a Nide win. GG's to the relay races and looking forward to next year. But there were more races. Ricky hosted his weekly races, which featured Jak 3 All Missions Act 1, with Zyvolt taking the first place, followed by Ricky in second place and Stella in third. Another GG's to the weekly racers. After a long debate it finally happened. Jak X allows the usage of emulators now, and the leaderboards now feature emulator runs. For more information check out the Jak X leaderboards for the specific routes and emulator setup. And lastly, after 2 years of silence, the Jak 3 Hero Mode test project has finally been picked up by me again, and it's currently in the works. And obviously, me not having much knowledge in this field, I got myself some backup. And who else would be fitting for such thing? Well, obviously Snuggles, who previously tested Jak 1 any percent, so keep an eye open for future updates on it, because trust me, you are in for a ride.
We have a couple quick shoutouts in the Opengoal modding scene this month. First up, we have a Team Runs update, which patches a few bugs and merges in some of the more recent changes from vanilla Opengoal. Perhaps most notably, this adds support for model swaps. Mr. Presidents, RIP. Cuttlefish is also back this month with another custom level, Overgrown. This level follows a winding river through the forest with plenty of enemies and platforming to keep you on your toes. Naturally, speedrunners came in and tried to break things. Major figured out a pretty significant skip for one power cell, and with that in hand, Mike Game Pro has already routed 100% down to 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Cuttlefish really nailed it with the aesthetics and vibe in this level, lots of small details including some custom cinematics that really make it feel alive.
This month, Trent continued to trim down their no LTS PB, this time by over 15 minutes, after 6 runs ending the month on the last possible day with a 1:15:30. Grig also kept up his PB streak, getting a 1:02:13 and later a 1:01 flat. Speaking of 1:02s, marathonman is yet another name that continues to go lower and lower, first getting a 1:04:06, then just 2 days later nabbing a 1:02:20. Maybe we'll see both of them enter the sub 1 club soon, TM. MrZachGuy blew right past the sub 110 with a 1:09:21, then a 1:05:57.
Fuck yes.
Bob got yet another bittersweet PB, this time a little more sweet than bitter. After being plus 8.9 out of Snowy, he clutched out a little 1 second PB with the help of Citadel hops. The bitter part is that it could have been a sub 53, but like we said last month, it seems like only a matter of time before the game says yes. Last but not least of our no LTS crew was Raul MB, who became yet another member of the Sub 1 club, first setting a 101.29, then smashing past that by nearly 2 minutes with a 59.30. We had quite a few no FCS gamers this month. Saxman learned the category and quickly climbed into the top 20, first achieving a 27.53, then lowering that to a 25.20 with the help of Lava Walk. After he also played Orbliss casually, throwing up a 108.44, tying 6 Rock and putting him only about 15 seconds away from top 10. Back in no FCS, eddyy got a 24.06, then at the end of the month broke into top 5 in sub 24 land with a 23.51, which sadly crashed in final boss due to hitting 2 light eco drops at the same time, a super rare occurrence. This ultimately led to some discussion in the verifier chat, and they came to the consensus that the rule should change to keep runs that suffer this fate valid. From now on, if this accident happens, the run can still be submitted and a frame will be added to the final time to account for the timing difference. To end it off, Trots clutched up a run that was plus 4.8 after Lava Tube skip, PBing by 7 seconds, nearly getting a sub 24, just missing it by 2 seconds.
Opengoal Jak 1 has been a little quiet this month, at least compared to console, but we still had a good bit of activity. Newcomer PixelsPhantom starts off the month running 100% cutscene skips and getting a 150-50 on their first run. Keeping it 100, another newcomer stepped up to the plate. Oren started off with a 145.12 and then lowered that by 11 minutes to a 134 flat by the end of the month, nearly breaking into the top 10. Yet another 100% newcomer. I'm sensing a pattern. Space Cowboy 420 set a 207.58 on the 22nd.
Game over. 207.58.
Switching gears to no LTS, oh hey, this one's me. I got a 55.02. Hi mom. In addition to his console runs, MrZachGuy double dipped and chipped away at his Opengoal no LTS PB, getting a 54.09.
Oh, fuck yes. Come on, Nico. Help me out. Yes!
CobraDog entered the sub 50 club, first obtaining a 50.37 and then breaking through with a 49.56. Lastly, in no LTS, we have Saulino, who submitted their first run, clocking in at an impressive 51.58, after which he played Muse% and grabbed second place with a 5.14. Finally, we had 2 people decide to tackle some ILs. MrZachGuy got a 3.44 in Misty Island All Cells, and Raul nabbed first place in Forbidden Jungle 100% with a 7.12. GG's to everyone, but especially the newcomers. Keep them coming.
Huh. I guess there weren't any console runs this month. Wait. Is that... With just minutes before the month was over, Saxman submitted an any% run and a sub 105 no less. Just barely making it into this recap. GG. Over here in Opengoal, we had a good amount of activity. Clanque ran some Act 1 netting a 101.04, which will be on the category extension board soon. Surely. Surely. We had 3 runners in any% who all decided to nab some sub 1s. First off, Recon, who grinded all the way down to a 57.50 after 4 runs and prepped for the relay. Then Boomer, as hinted previously, lowered his time by 10 minutes to a 59.31. And finally, Rubiks came back and quickly grabbed his own sub 1, going from a 108.29 to a 59.41, all in the same day. Lastly, Dragvrallas continues to lower their hoverless world record, closing in on sub 105 with a 105.13. Maybe next month we'll see some more runners join the sub 1 club?
On the first of the month, Bin got an All Missions Act 1 PB with a time of 57.12. The next day she acquired an All Missions PB with a time of 2:46.39. She then forgot how to hover, obtaining a second place time of 22:35 in hero mode hoverless on the 5th. Luckily, Zyphos knew how to hover, delving into some hero mode, acquiring a nice PB of 16:44 and a 16:37 both achieved on the 5th. Stamos. Over on PS3, eddyy got some sweet times in all missions, 3:58:11 on the 6th, 3:29:27 on the 10th, and a
3:11:33
on the 20th. I also messed around with all missions NG Plus and Opengoal, getting a 2:36:42 on the 9th. Zyphos got some nice new world records in all missions Act 1 NG Plus, a 48:01 on the 8th and a 47:57 on the 10th. Speaking of our missions Act 1, with Ricky's race on the way, some folks threw their head into the ringer for the category. Jord got a 1:12:55 on the 9th, improving that to a 1:05:17 on the 10th. He also ran all missions, obtaining a 4:09:51 on the 15th. A very nice first all missions time. After the race on the 19th, eddyy achieved sub-hour in category with a 59:51. He lowered his PB to a 58:57 on the 21st, just outside of the top 10. And lastly for Jak 3, Dope has been seeing some activity. Bin and Zyphos were on the grind, trying to achieve a 27, and beat usual's record. Zyphos fired first with a 29:03 on the 18th. He then grabbed his first 28 minute time with a 28:37 on the 20th. On the 28th he overtook second place, gaining a 28:19. A really great run that was really close to a 27. GG's! On the 29th, after a month of the grind, Bing got a new PB of 29:15 and the next day barely clutched out a 28 minute time with a 28:59. The new OOP fund wasn't limited to just Bin and Zyphos, as Jord achieved a 47:46 on the 28th. Last but not least, TP scored a 32:03 on the 29th. GG's to the gamers.
Hello again, race fans. My call for ratings was heard loud and clear, and you all, really outdid yourselves this month. How the hell are we gonna fit all these in here? You mean you're really making me read out all the ILs? You'll fix it in post. What is that supposed to mean? Nah, forget it. We'll talk about this later. Anyways, yeah, lots of racers this month. Headstrong starts us off like many others, grinding away at all cups, no skips, and prep for the relay race, shaving off nearly 3 minutes, ending up in a comfortable 3rd place with a 42:14. Wymack was also a relay prepper, setting a 43:10. Last but not least of our relay preppers, Kongman stepped up to the plate after losing top 5 to Seam, and over the course of the month lowered their time to a 43:24, which wasn't recorded. A devastating blow that might just be the end of their career. Oh, never mind. They ran it back and got a 43:11 right after. Woo! That could have been nasty. Oh, and on the side, they ran a 24 track and got a 53:38. Am I having deja vu? Why does that sound so familiar? Nah, whatever. With the relay gamers out of the way, we can talk about what really got this month rockin'. Hot off the emulator ban being lifted, we had a ton of runners either switch over or try out running the game. Mortis was the first to strike, getting a 53:12 on MU, later lowering it to a 50:04. Newcomer to X, Nhekno, got a 44:55, stating, Jak X is fun. Which turned out to be true, as they didn't just leave it to a one and done, lowering it by 44 seconds to a 44:11. The last of our All Cups enjoyers was Raul MB, who got a very impressive 43:25, which was their very first submitted Jak X time. Period. Our full game finalist this month was Scarletra, who went on an insane emulator tear, nabbing every non-All Cups category world record, finishing off with a 4:47:53 in 100%, a 4:46:36 in 100% hero mode, a 3:50:10 in any percent hero mode, and probably most impressively a sub-4 any percent with a 3:59:10, which very well could be the final hour barrier in the series. Oh, yeah, the IL runs. Well, the runs may include Big 51, Crash City 4050, Headstrong Eastern Tour Skip List 358.91, Milanista Waterfront Loop 118.93, Overseem Seaport Strip 131.96, Scarletra Eastern Tour 354.81, Scarletra Sewer Raceway 124.75, Nhekno Crash City 41.66, Scarletra Forbidden Jungle 109.75, Nhekno Death Throne 142.04, Overseem Glacier Alley 214.53, Nhekno Seaport Strip 132.45, Tathlibash Death Throne 138.75, Nhekno Death Throne 140.94, Scarletra Death Throne 119.81, Nhekno Crash City 41.66, Milanista Loading Docks 103.34, Nhekno Seaport Strip 131.77, Nhekno Frozen Speedway 102.25, Tathlibash Death Throne 118.15, Nhekno Crash City Skip Mortis, 4165. OMB, Crest City, 4155. Roland B, Crest City Skits, 2612. Ignis, Frozen Speedway, 5297. Scarletra Waterworks Circuits, 13762. Tathlibash, Death Drone, 11804. Club, 4980G. Seaport Strip, 13172. Milanista, Loading Docks, 10272.
There's nothing. Thank you, Shen.
Okay, yeah, we get it. Move on to the next bit.
Only 2 fearless gamers dared to enter the chicken arena this month. Barg set his sights high for top 2, and after sweeping the IL board previously, it came pretty quick, leaving him only 6 seconds away from the sub 11. Perhaps he will go for it next month? Zed was that other brave soul, and while chillin' in VC doing a race, he nabbed a minute PB for a top 5 spot with a 14:28. That's all from us. As you heard in the previous segments, we got some more people on the team now, but more is always merrier. If you're interested in helping out in any way, be sure to message Zyphels about it. GG's gamers, keep those PBs coming in, and submit your runs!